Today we're touring the Pecan model from Pointe Homes at Blossom Rock. And if you're shopping for a new build in the East Valley, this is one you won't want to miss. It already was one of my favorite floor plans, but Pointe made one small change that took it to another level. It's kind of like Oreos. Nobody thought that they needed to change, but then they dropped the double stuff and the world was never the same. I'll walk you through every room, call out the upgrades that don't come standard, and share some of the things that I love and a few that I don't so that we can figure out whether this is the right fit for you. Let's dive in. Okay, here we are outside the Pecan. If we're talking about upgrades, one of the first ones to notice is the actual exterior appearance, aka the elevation. This isn't the standard one. This one costs extra money. They're usually gonna have about 3 or 4 different variations of the exterior appearance of any home that a builder does. And they're all gonna come with a different price tag. So this one's gonna be higher than the standard, so just know that coming in. It's kind of cool. It's an award winner, apparently. And I've seen this model at other communities, really like it. Here's a sneak peek of what's yet to come. We'll talk about that feature in a minute because I absolutely like it a lot. Here we are, the Pecan plan, 3,453 square feet. Oh, they even propped the door open for us to get the deadbolt. So, another upgrade right off the bat, this iron door. So this thing is not what comes standard. It's just gonna have a regular front door. These guys run about 5,000 bucks. So definitely something to maybe look into doing on your own after closing, which is the case with a lot of these things. But as you can see, right as you come in the front door, you've got a little office area that they've set up here. Really probably more of a formal dining. But I love this. You walk in and you've got these soaring 12-foot ceilings, and that is a standard feature, the 12-foot ceilings. The beams, sadly, are not. You're gonna have to pay extra for those, and they are pretty pricey, but they look really cool. So, another feature that is a big upgrade, the flooring. So this is a pretty high grade of tile. I know it looks like wood, but that's actually tile. And again, that's another one you can usually save quite a bit of money on if you do it after you close and have your own contractor come in and pull out the standard flooring. That is to the garage, which is currently the construction office, so we can't go back there. It does have a teeny little cabinet kind of tucked back in here, almost like a little drop zone. So right up front we have I think this is just a powder room. So we've got cabinets upgraded to a quartz countertop. That's not what comes with it. Matte black hardware, nice looking mirror and light fixture. And then through here, oh, this is actually a full bath. So here's our shower, tiled, again, upgraded. It's not gonna come like this. Usually it's just kind of a plain cultured marble wrap. And that almost looks like more of a fiberglass. So there's the toilet. One thing you'll notice, builders love doing this. They put these like half hinges on here. So normally this would have a door, but to make it look bigger, they don't put one on there. So, kind of a funny little quirk. And right off the bat, we have a guest suite. Nice high ceilings in this. I really do like that. Nice size space. Big old window to let some light in. The wallpaper is a designer feature. They're not going to do that. Same thing, the finish on this. So you'll notice this has a smooth finish. Typically, this is going to be more of a textured drywall. So this drywall finish is an upgrade over what comes standard. As is the interior paint. Usually it's just a flat white. They put some color on this, so something to know. Here is your closet, and again, the carpeting here, this is fancy high-grade stuff, so that's quite a bit of money to add it, but nice little guest suite. Definitely private. You kind of have your own whole side of the house the way that that's set up. But man, I just love this space. So you can see here how big this is. So that table is huge. You can see all the chairs that they have around it. Kind of hard to tell from the video, but it's really big. And then still a great big space here with all the seating. So I really like how this is laid out and how bright it is with all the windows and that slider. So that is a center pull slider, so it slides each direction that way. It is an upgrade. It does come with a slider there, but not that big. So that one is upgraded over what you get standard. And then look at this. Kitchen space, really cool. So things in here, the island is extended. So it does come with an island, it's just shorter. They brought this one further out.
which most people are probably gonna wanna do because it kind of fits the space better when it's this big. But again, one more thing that doesn't come standard. Same thing with over here, these cabinets. This isn't actually a super high-end level of cabinet. So they have typically levels like 1 through 6 or 1 through 8, depending on the builder. This is closer to the bottom level. It's not the included cabinets, but that isn't a super big upgrade, at least from what I can tell. Looks more kind of everyday. The gold hardware is an upgrade. It's not going to come with any of that. Same thing with the glass panel here. That's definitely an upgrade. And then the big chimney hood, little pot filler. You just fill your spaghetti up there. And our appliances, these are GE Monogram. That's GE's highest end appliance package, so just know that. With the built-in cooktop, again, that's an upgrade. Usually it's going to have a slide-in range there. They do have cabinets on the island. Dishwasher's built in here. We've got the farmhouse sink. Definitely the contrasty two-tone thing with the black quartz. This looks okay, but the problem I have with this shows a lot of dirt, and I don't know how I feel about that color. Speaking of more upgrades, so the under cabinet lighting, that's an upgrade, as is the tile backsplash. It's not going to come with that. That's another one, the tile work on there, probably better to save that to do yourself after you move in. You'll save some money that way. So here's our stacked double oven. That's part of the kind of upgraded kitchen package. You get that built-in range plus those stackable double ovens. We've got our microwave here, and then a great big old built-in refrigerator. That's a pretty pricey upgrade. It's really nice. Got a little peanut butter, no, what is that? Oh, caramel, oh, yikes. Keep that away from me. Definitely a pricey upgrade to have that fridge built in, but really nice to have it available. Got a little bar area here, and back this way, we've got the pantry. Really like this. Big space, gonna store a ton of food. And put all your Costco stuff in here. Tons and tons of room in this thing. I like that feature a lot. And so just kind of giving you a look. So one of the things I like, and this is kind of an underrated thing, I see a lot of layouts where you can't see like the TV when you're working in the kitchen. Sometimes the wall, the TV, there's a model in particular with another builder where the TV is actually mounted like on this wall where that glass panel is. And I don't like that because obviously if you're in here, you can't see what's going on in there. So a little subtle thing, but I like the way that it's built over there versus being on the other wall. Again, this is a big upgrade, having the center pull here. Normally this is a bank of windows, but definitely feels like it's a worthwhile thing to have this slider here. It just opens it up so much, and you can really kind of open this and get that indoor-outdoor living that everybody likes about Arizona when the weather is ideal. It's pretty nice today. So, big space out here. I'd say the covering comes out about 15 feet that way, roughly 25 this way. Ceiling fan does not come with it. They do put a pre-wire there, but you would have to choose your own ceiling fan. But this is a really nice space, lots of shade under here. Fits a great big table. The pavers up here, it's not gonna come with that. You'd need your landscaper to do that later. And same thing with the backyard. So I get asked this all the time, what do I get in the backyard? Well, unfortunately, nothing. You get dirt, and that is it. It's a blank slate for you to do whatever you want to do with. But with this home, the lot is a pretty good size. So you've got a good amount of room back here. What a ton of people want is a pool. You could certainly fit one. In fact, you could fit a great big one. Pools start around $39,000, $40,000. No, your wall will not be these open things like that. They just do that. That's another little trick to make them look bigger. You can see how down this direction, it's all solid. That's what it's gonna look like the whole way down. Again, just a little trick to make the lot look bigger by putting that view fence in there. But the lot is pretty big. So you've got a good amount of space between the wall and the house, probably at least 10 to 12 feet. And then on that model over there, the Choya next door, is set back probably another 10 feet at least. So there's a good 20 feet or more between these houses, which is pretty nice. A lot of them are kind of crammed in like sardines in these modern Arizona homes. And you don't feel like that with this particular lot size, which the lots are a little over 9,000 square feet for this series. And honestly, they don't feel tremendously huge just because these houses are so big. See a little bit tighter on this side. Usually you have room to kind of wiggle the house back and forth a little bit. And I believe they do include this gas stub here in case you wanted to put in an outdoor kitchen or just a permanent propane grill, or not propane, natural gas. Okay, so that kind of takes care of this part of the house. Looking over there to the office, formal dining. Another thing, the shiplap here on the wall, that is a custom feature. The builder won't even do that if you ask them, so it's just a design thing you'd have to do post-close. All those windows do come standard like that, so that's really nice. Okay, so let's head in here to the master bedroom, and it is big. You can fit a ton of furniture in this thing. It's got the tray ceiling, almost certainly an upgrade for that. Speakers, again, not going to come standard with that either. There's your pre-wire. That's for your ceiling fan right there. That is something that you will put in after you close. The accent wall with the little wood slats is not standard either. Again, that's a custom thing the builder won't even do. We do have upgraded trim throughout the house too. So it's got these big, probably about 4 or 5 inch baseboards. That's larger than what you get standard. But everything looks good. Another thing, I always get asked this, why is there no door? I don't know. I wish there was, but for whatever reason, these Arizona homes don't really have doors going into the bathroom, which seems odd if you're not from here like me, but it's just how they do it, I guess. This one in particular, you could hang a barn door pretty easily to close that off, but that's again something you do after closing. So in here, we've got upgraded countertops on the bathroom, as well as upgraded sinks and hardware, as well as a pretty fancy framed mirror. Not going to come with any of that, but it does look really nice. And we switched back to the matte black hardware in this one. There is the water closet for the toilet, and over here we've got the tub. Not the standard tub, that's also an upgrade, along with the shower. Again, upgraded with the tile work that goes all the way around it. You do have the option of doing what they call the super shower, where basically they delete that tub and this becomes one great big walk-in shower. So that's an option that you can choose if you don't want the tub. Kind of 50-50 on whether people want that or not. The closet, pretty big. Plenty of space to hang your clothes, a little organizer there. And, love this feature, flows right into the laundry room. How's that for convenience? So finish your laundry here, walk right into the closet there. I think that's pretty cool when they do that. So some more cabinets in here, again upgraded versus what comes standard. Same thing, this quartz absolutely isn't coming in the laundry area. The sink very well could be an upgrade too, and probably is. But a decent sized space. You have your attic access right there to get to your air handler for your HVAC system. And this is your cabinet where your modem's gonna go and any wiring for speakers, anything like that you do. And then just to get your bearings, here we are back at the front main living area of the house. Turning here, we've got a little coat closet, I believe. Yes, indeed. That flows into the teen room. If you don't have teens, it's a flex space or a bonus room. But a nice size area. Again, window coverings, those plantation shutters look really cool, but they are not included. Pretty pricey upgrade to have those added. Again, same thing, custom walls and the lights. None of that's going to come with this. All of it upgrade. But a good sized space here to put another TV area, workout room, whatever your pleasure. And we flow here into another bedroom. Once again, good size. Got the same upgraded carpet that we had in the other one. Standard closet. But one of the things I do like about this is the secondary bedrooms like this do have a pretty good amount of space in them. Those nightstands are pretty huge, and that's probably a full-size bed. I don't think that's quite a queen, but you could easily fit a queen or even a king in here, and it's not going to feel too squeezed. And then right across the hall, we've got the bathroom, and oh my goodness, a standard feature. So the countertops in the bathroom are going to come just like this if you don't upgrade them. This is cultured marble. It looks and feels kind of almost like a plasticky fiberglass substance, but they call it cultured marble. The big frame mirror, that is an upgrade, again, as is the hardware. But yeah, this is the standard countertop and sink. So one thing I don't like about this sink at all, because I have it at my own home, is this area here is pretty flat. So when you spit your toothpaste out, it kind of tends to stay right there. You gotta kind of squeegee it with your hand, which is gross, and I don't like it. But alas, we haven't replaced them yet. But the tiled floor and the cabinets are upgraded. There's your toilet over here, and oh my goodness, another standard feature. Okay, this is the normal shower raft. So this is cultured marble once again, just like over there. This is what it's going to come with if you don't upgrade it. So it's going to look just like that. And honestly, this stuff isn't bad. It's super easy to clean, so I do like that about it. And looks fine. Doesn't look super fancy, but for a guest bath, a lot of time people don't really need to spend a ton of money on tile work and all that, just for something they'll use a couple times a year. So another bedroom. Pretty good amount of space in here. So another thing I don't like the window setup. See, this is a decent sized window. I have no idea why they have that tiny little thing there. That should be way bigger if you ask me, to let more light in here. Not a huge thing, but I feel like they could do better than that. That's not my favorite. And then coming in here, we've got a little baby walk-in closet. So, good amount of space there. Okay, and finally, we've got the Gen Smart Suite. This is the feature that they now added to this floor plan that I have not seen in other versions of the Pecan. So this is cool. So what is a Gen Smart Suite? Well, basically, it's like a casita or a mother-in-law suite. You got different names for it, but it's all the same thing. So it's basically multi-generational living. So if you have adult parents or adult children who are wanting to live with you but have their own space, this is perfect. So you've got your bedroom in here, and you can see this space is pretty big. If I come over here kind of by the corner, you can see there's a lot of room in here. So over here, we've got the closet. Closet isn't terribly large, so whoever's living here isn't gonna have a overly robust wardrobe because they're not gonna fit it. But look at that, stackable washer dryer right here in this closet, so that's pretty cool. They won't have to go use the other laundry area. And a full bath. Again, we've upgraded the tile in the shower area and the vanity here. Everything looks pretty good. This kind of, I wasn't sure at first looking at this black and white setup, but I actually do kind of like it. It looks nice. And then over here we have the sitting area. So this is really kind of what makes a casita a casita. So it's completely independent of the house for the most part. So you've got your own couch, your own TV, and even your own exterior door. So you saw us walk by that right as I was coming in. So this leads out, it's not gonna usually be glass like this. They do this just for the model. So you will have the normal privacy, but totally independent. You can go out there, and then here is your entrance to the one-car garage that's on the other side of that wall. And you even have a little kitchenette. So again, they've upgraded the countertops and the cabinets. Not gonna come with the mini fridge, it just comes with the space for it. But it's got a microwave, not a full kitchen, so it doesn't have like the full-size refrigerator and the cooktop and all that like some of these do, but still, this is a really great space and works really well to give the in-laws or the kids living at home some added privacy and independence. And again, they can join the main part of the house through here or lock this all off and live their own private life. So pretty cool. I get a lot of requests now for these spaces that have the casita, just because so many multi-generation living situations have become really popular given the price of housing and everything over the years has gotten so expensive. So this is a good way to combat that. But this is a beautiful home. I really do like this floor plan a lot. And I think that TriPointe did a very good job with this Pecan model.
Now, builder pricing and incentives change constantly, but I keep track of all of that in a database that I update every single week. When you sign up for my email list, you'll get instant access to that, plus my full library of model home walkthroughs with current pricing, which can save you a ton of time researching and touring. You'll find the link to sign up in the description. And even if you love this model, you won't be happy unless you love the community too. So you should watch this video next, where I give you a full tour of Blossom Rock and reveal a few things that the developer probably doesn't want you to know.